All right, so continuing the retail, the pop-up stores.
Yeah, so we started opening these pop-up stores, which were fun. And one of our most interesting experiences was that I got a phone call from Derby Street.
Yep.
Now, Derby Street is one of the most expensive malls to be in. Okay, it's extremely high-end,
Sure.
and it's not for, mom
for
and pop.
everybody.
No. So we got a phone call, and we opened to setting the space up right next to Apple, which is amazing. And we knew...
And everybody goes into Apple.
Oh, my God.
The foot traffic.
Yeah, is nuts. And we knew what was happening. It was very secretive, but Apple was going to be taking over our spot and expanding their spot. So we had 9 months of business next to Apple, which was it was probably the best time in our life. Being next to Apple, getting everybody coming in, that store was crazy busy. But I'll tell you, to this day, people still think we're there. It took our store and elevated it to a whole different level, people seeing us in a Derby Street mall. And the pop-up thing, yeah, it's okay. You open and you close and you open and you close and, you just continue with that, which, at the end of the day isn't a bad thing. It's easy for us to do. We're different than a regular retail store. We always have tons and tons of inventory because when you come into a setting the space, if you want to buy a sofa, you can buy that one from the floor. You don't have to turn around and order it. So we'll always have backup stock, but we'll bring in different items.
They're floor models, but people can have to actually walk out with them.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And it's new product, so it really
Yeah.
wasn't, we didn't consider it to be a floor model, but we wanted instant gratification because we have two types of people. We have people who want something immediately,
Yep.
and then we work on a design level with people. So if they want that sofa, but they want it in blue, we can special order it for them.
Okay. How many designers or stages do you have?
So we only have on staff about a half a dozen, between the stages and the designers,
Okay.
which is plenty.
Yep.
It's plenty.
Yeah. And how long does it take to get you up and run?
Yeah.
Contract with you to go out and do
A staging?
exactly.
Well, we have to work on Realtor time, which means I get a phone call at noontime today, and this is a true story. My client is ready for her staging. I'd like for you to pull it right now and bring it tomorrow morning.
Now, let's just say
Yeah.
they're going to list a house. They're going to list a house,
Yeah.
say Thursday. Are they hiring you to come out and just look at what the current client has, the seller, to declutter the house?
Yes.
Or what is it?
Yeah. No, you're hitting it on the nose. So in the staging world, it's evolved to a lot of different types of things, right? So 10 years ago, it was one way. Today, it's something different. Today, they may have a coastal house. They may want modern. They may want farmhouse modern. So it's a little bit different. Can we go in and help people just declutter? Yes. Can we partially stage? Yes. Can we fill a house with all kinds of furniture? Yes. We never say no because everybody has a different need, and that's what we'll do.
Now, modern farmhouse, is that cannonball stuff, or what is that? They have big chunky...
Yeah, but no. I mean,
that?
Joanna Gaines. You've heard of her on
Of course,
TV.
yep.
You know what I mean.
Her and Chuck, is it Chuck? What's her
her
husband?
Joanna and
What's his name?
oh my God, it's not Chuck.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Joanna and whatever his name is. We're gonna get in trouble
Not
for
in
that
our family
one.
anyways.
Yeah. But people know, and that's a very hot item right now. And farmhouse modern can mean a lot of things to different people. It's more of the grays and the whites and the.
Is that called farmhouse?
Yeah.
When you see that grays and she, just using her as an example, shiplap
Chip.
everywhere.
His name's Chip.
Chip, that's right.
Right.
Chip like shiplap.
Right. Right.
Tongue twister.
And people are sick of shiplap. Some people are, some people aren't. It depends on who you talk to. But it's a look, right? I mean, every year there's going to be a different style of a house.
Yeah.
Everybody comes up with something different. So that's what we have to do in staging. We have to figure out the different looks. But we also have clients who might only need a stager to go out and rearrange their furniture, or they might want to hire us and rent just our accessories and artwork and stuff like that.
So that hire you for a project like that, to declutter at a
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah.
Things
So
of that
nothing's too big and nothing's too small. So if you need us for an hour, we'll do it. And if you need a whole house of furniture, we'll do it.
nature. They'd contact you for that pricing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, I've gone into people. When people are in the houses, they're very wedded to what they have. They're wedded to all the photos and magnets
Right.
they have on the refrigerators.
But you don't want to see that.
No.
No.
When a buyer goes in the house, they want to envision their furniture in there.
Correct.
They don't want to see somebody else's kids on their
Right.
fridge, maybe.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
92% of people can't visualize. So you go in.
They cannot.
No.
They cannot picture their furniture in a room.
Correct. It's a known statistic. But think about it too,
And
right?
that was 90%?
90, well, at least 92, if not even more.
92.
Yeah. But think about it. We can go on Pinterest. We can go on Amazon. We can go on all kinds of websites now so that you can visualize everything. So, the internet that's fabulous has taken away some of the stuff that you normally would think about.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So you have to. So and we just spoke of it 15 years ago. People really weren't shopping for houses. Now, 100% of people look on the internet for their homes. And during the pandemic, people were just buying them sight unseen. They weren't even physically going into a house. That's crazy. I know. I see that.
Yeah. It's like,
hey, look
why would you do that?
I don't know.
I actually just showed a house last week, and the woman did it for her boyfriend out of state. And she walked in, she goes, "Nah, my furniture won't fit."
Right. Well, can you imagine
my big horseshoe chair?
But can you imagine the mistake you're doing? I mean, you don't see, when you're looking at a picture of a house, what kind of feeling are you getting from that? You're not.
You have no scale.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. But people were doing it. At the end of the day, that's what people were doing.
Right.
But let's hope that's over with at this point. Yeah.
Okay. So like vacant property, somebody's got a property, they've moved, a lot of people leave.
Right.
They'll support two houses to move out of state or wherever, and they're supporting the house. So what do you recommend for somebody like that? Go ahead.
Yeah, they absolutely have to stage. So if you think about it, and it's real logical, if you go online and you see a vacant house, what are you going to do? You're going to push the button and go to the next house, right? Because you're looking at an empty house, so what's it showing you? It's not showing you anything. So they want to see something. If you walk into a vacant house, you're going to look at any problematic things that you wouldn't see with it staged. But when you go into a staged home, you have to have a feeling, right? You need to feel that warm, fuzzy feeling of, why am I spending, it doesn't matter what you're spending on the house, but what am I buying for this house for, right? So if you go into a vacant house or a staged house, you're going to have two completely different feelings. Going into a staged house shows you how you can live the American dream, right? You're buying the biggest thing possible, which is your house.
And how much furniture in a room would be considered appropriate but not excessive?
Good question. So it's definitely a balance. So if you have a living room, you almost think in the terms of a basic living room. You're going to have a sofa, you're going to have a couple chairs, you're going to have a coffee table, an end table, a rug, lamps, you're going to have a place to put the TV, and you're going to have a few accessories. So you want to put in, it's a balance. You want to put in just enough, but you don't want to put in too much. People do not want to see the clutter. They want to see the space. How large is the space? What can the space look like when I live in there? We've done homes where people have literally walked into the house, fell in love with the house, the staging comes out, their stuff goes in, and they are like, what did I just do? Right? Because the staging is a whole different feeling. And why don't we all want to live without the clutter? But everyone forgets when they bring their stuff, they're filling that house again.
Right.
So it's interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
It's. I'm one of those people that all my taste is in my mouth.
Yeah.
I have no taste whatsoever in anything.
But that's all right.
I'm wearing the same style of clothing that I wore when I was in college, probably.
Yeah, of course.
But
that's crazy. Common too. You've got to remember, whatever you do for your line of work or whatever you're doing, you kind of know that. Does everybody know how to design a house? No. Does everybody really know how to dress themselves appropriately? No. Right. So it's a common thing. So that's why staging is so important to do. And it's more important to do now than it's ever been, ever. And you'll always, if you don't stage your house, I don't care how fast the market is, this will end. Everything ends, right? It's a trend.
Yeah, this is
right. This is
insane.
Crazy, right? But even right now, if you're getting in excess of $40,000 over asking price, if you do your staging, you'll get $80,000 over asking price. You know what I mean? It's because the house becomes more and more appealing to people when they see a staged home.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Lux staging, on your website it says Lux staging. What does that entail?
So again, as staging evolved, right? Like when we used to do staging, you could use, I don't know what I want to say, you could use very basic furniture and it was fine. Mm-hmm. As staging has evolved, now we go into multi-million-dollar homes. Okay, right. So those multi-million-dollar homes really can't have the basic furniture. You have to show that house off with beautiful furniture.
You're not putting Bob stuff in there.
No. So what I created, it was interesting. We had opened up, one of our pop-up stores was in the Dedham Mall. And when we first opened it up, I said, this is a good time for us to showcase and show off what Lux Staging is.
Legacy Place, yeah.
Yeah, Legacy Place. So what we did is we brought in all brand new furniture, because most of the staging, you're using stuff that you already have, right? So on a Lux Staging, the cost was going to be much greater. So we were putting in higher end furniture, and we were putting brand new furniture into the Lux Stagings. And then the goal was that when the customer came in, when the buyer came in, they would say, I want to buy the whole house completely furnished.